Tommy here with SurfTrainingFactory, and Simon
Lucas here with SurfTrainingFactory as well. And today we're going to be talking about sports nutrition.
What it entails, because a lot of people think that athletes eat like normal individuals.
Definitely not.
No.
They consume a lot more
Way
of
more.
everything. Like anything related to nutrition, they're consuming and should be consuming more than the average folk that just goes to work, comes back from work, maybe goes to the gym for 30 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, the athletes just need so much more nutrients than everybody else, and they need the healthy nutrients so that they can stay at that top shape, at that top performance.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah, it's like the average folk will drive a Ford truck or a Nissan SUV or whatever car, right? And a race car driver drives like a Formula One or a NASCAR, and those fuels are completely different from the regular gas that we put in our car just to get from point A to point B. Or maybe if you drive a Porsche or something and you know that you're putting in an even higher grade octane, like 93 compared to the 87,
right,
which is way better gas that you have to put for a better quality car.
100%. And then, it's the same thing. We need to fuel our body with like really good healthy foods, but then athletes need to fuel their body with like even more great nutrients, and it's a lot of times it's overlooked and people just ignore that subject. But I thought it was a pretty cool subject to talk about because it's very interesting how much more athletes have to do to endure more.
Yeah, and maybe you are not performing as well as you are in your amateur events, or even just surfing in general. You went to a surf trip and you were gassing out and you just don't understand how come you weren't performing as well as you were. And
it might be because of your nutrition.
And then you look back at the things that you were eating and you realize, wow, this is actually harming me with what how I'm supposed to be performing.
Right.
So.
Exactly. And even as athletes or anybody really, especially surfers, we lose a lot of fluids all the time. Like we're sweating all the time. We're doing a bunch of different things that a lot of fluids come out of our body, and we need to replenish it with water because water is not stored or produced by our body, so we need to
constantly
keep drinking water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, yeah, it's very important because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't sweat during surfing." Of course you sweat, and of course you don't know because you're already wet. If you're running outside, if you're running, you're gonna feel the sweat dropping down your face, down your arms, and so on and so forth.
Right.
In the water, you don't feel it. You're already wet. So to you, you're not sweating, but your body still feels that temperature rises, and is exactly why we sweat, to keep our temperature, our body temperature lower.
Yeah, and like professional surfers or professional anything, they get paid for their performance. So if they're not performing good, then they're not getting paid.
Right.
So they need to have that like proper nutrition down, the nutritional plan, and like enough water to replenish what they're losing in the water and in the water.
Which, by the way, that's topic one, losing
too much water,
losing fluid.
Yeah. So we need to have like a proper nutritional plan so that we can replace those fluid loss.
Right, so you know how they say, or maybe you grew up with them saying, you need to drink 8 ounces of, 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water a day. Sure, you do. If you're just going about your day
and
normally.
Sitting on the office.
Not exercising, not training hard, not surfing for 3 hours, not surfing for 2-3 hours, and then resting a couple hours, and then going to the gym to work out, to keep that performance level up high.
Right.
You're consuming a lot more water than the average person drinking 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water.
Yeah, and that's where staying hydrated the entire time is the best, because dehydration is a huge problem in the athletic world. Whether you've heard about it or not, it's been a huge problem for many years. So, having a nutritional plan and having enough water drinking during the entire day.
This is coffee.
He's drinking coffee, guys. Don't listen to him. But you know, having a nutritional plan based on your size, on your age, on your height, on your performance,
activity,
on your condition, like there's so much that goes into it, but really it's all about how much carbs and how much protein and how much fat you're eating and
pretty
how
much
much water
what we
you're
follow
drinking.
a lot here is your macros, right? And your macros are your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. Those are essentially what you want, you know. Macronutrients, and of course you have the micronutrients, which are going to be your vitamins and stuff like that.
Which is very important as well.
100%, it's very important.
Yeah.
And again, if you're looking to increase your performance, you have a specific nutrition. If you're looking to gain muscle, right, and gain weight, to almost like the bodybuilders, they are consuming a specific amount of calories and nutritional plan for that.
Guess.
No, if you're looking to lose weight and you're wondering why I go to the gym all the time and I haven't lost a pound, well, your nutrition plays a huge part in that as well. And again, a lot of people, you see these gyms, just regular gyms, Gold Gyms, LA Fitness, Bellator Fitness, nothing wrong with them, great gyms, but they all offer you the gym, the equipment, when 90% of it is nutrition.
Yeah,
right? But nobody likes to hear about the nutrition. Everybody's like, I work out, I lift weights, and then you eat like crap, your performance is like crap, and you get nowhere, right? So,
and back to the water, our body is made out of more than 60% of water, so we need to have water coming in all the time since it's not produced or created.
Right, correct. Now, 2, staying hydrated all the time, right? You kind of jumped over.
I kind of did.
Without that.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. We have losing fluid consistently was topic 1. Topic 2 was staying hydrated all the time.
But we kind of
skipped over it. Well, let's already go into 3, which is a balanced diet, which we already kind of going into that. So today was just a cluster of our podcast. So we apologize for that, but usually we say which topics we're going to talk about. So
you went ahead.
I didn't. No.
It's no big deal.
Fail. Where's that little button? Fail.
So, you know, water and nutrition goes together. So, like we were talking about, you need to replenish your water, but then the nutrition, what you're eating is huge too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the right combinations of carbs, of protein, of fat, which gives you more energy for performance.
Right.
And carbohydrates are great and they're very important for fuel, but if you eat too much of it, they'll be stored as fat.
Yes, 100%. Because again, if you're burning these things or you're not burning them, it makes a huge difference. So you always want to be consuming also at the right time, the right nutritional combination before a workout or before bed.
Right.
There's all these little things that go into it so you can be performing the best or gaining that weight or losing that weight, right?
Yeah. And carbs should be like a minimum of 60% to a maximum of 70% of your daily calories, depending on which diet you're on, obviously. And then
this is the average you're talking about,
yeah,
right?
the average. Right. And then you could find it in like fruits, vegetables, pastas, bread, cereals, rice. I mean,
and again,
you can find it anywhere.
You're right. And again, there are good carbs and there are bad carbs.
Right.
So you just can't say like, okay, this is carbs, and you're just eating the carbs that are not good for you, right? That's why they have like white bread, honey bread, wheat bread, whatever bread. There's so many breads out there. There's money bread.
Really is.
Big bread, Chad? No.
Hey, I'll buy that one. Let me know where it is, okay?
Right. So, again, the cereals. All cereals are really not the best thing, but there are better cereal.
Type of carb.
Yeah, it is, but definitely there's a better type of cereal and the worst type of cereal that 100%. You want to stay away from, or if you need to consume that, if you're the super athlete, there's a lot that you can consume as an athlete that's going to give you that energy and you're going to burn right through it, but again, you want to put the best.
Yeah, and especially as surfers, I feel like we're eating a lot more carbs than anything else just because that's the main energy, that's the main focus of fuel that we have, because our body takes the sugars and the starches and makes glucose out of it. Sorry, I'm kind of choking. And then, and then that's our main focus of energy.
Yes. So, for example, like I'll tell somebody that's in our weight loss program to not eat
as much carbs.
Or not eat pizza at bedtime. But yesterday, I actually ate 3 slices of pizza.
You ate pizza? I didn't have pizza.
That's because she wasn't here last night. So I got to eat the pizza by myself. And again, it's just, what did I do before that? And what am I doing today that's going to like destroy that? Was that the best choice for me? No, definitely wasn't.
But he's going to burn right through it because we do so much throughout the day, if that makes sense.
1,000%,
so
yes.
the more you eat carbs, the more energy you have. But if you eat too much carbs, then it also turns into fat. So
yes.
You have to just find that balance of what percentage is good and kind of just go with it and test it out, honestly.
Right. So protein, okay? Protein is very important for us to have. That's what's going to build our muscle.
Yes.
And there's many different types of proteins that you can get out there, right?
Meat, fish, poultry, am I saying it right?
Poultry.
Eggs, dairy, beans, nuts. I mean, protein's everywhere too.
So depending on what you're doing, you're going to consume, for example, less dairy products.
Right.
You know? Every time that I've gone free diving, the instructor would say, hey, consume less dairy, just because a lot of times it can congest your sinus and everything like that, right? It just becomes thick and all that, just like cheese is. You melt that cheese, you see all that fat and everything like that.
That goes right into
it can go right into your sinuses and everything. So depending on what your performance, what you're going to do that day, before or after, you're consuming the right protein, the right carbs, and the right amount of fats, right?
Yeah, and the protein should be a minimum of 50% and a maximum of 70% of your daily calories. Obviously, it really depends on what you're doing and how much you're doing
and
it.
your body
because
weight.
We're eating more proteins than we are eating carbs. That's just how we are. But like I said, it's just testing it out and seeing what works for you, because it doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, and depending on your medical history, some people consume lower carbs, higher protein diets. Some people consume higher fat and lower everything else. You know, it really just depends on your body and how it is. So it really goes pretty in depth, you know.
Yeah, and protein is great, like I said, for your muscles, but also for your tissues. So it's really, really good. And then water is great for your skin,
Water is great for everything. Water should be the #1 nutrient. It should be your best friend. You should walk around with a water bottle that says best friend on it, and it has a smiling face that's smiling right back at you, because it honestly is the only thing we will always need to live, right?
And
so
it's
we can
not
go
produced, so.
right, and we can go without food for a while, but a lot longer than we would be able to go without water.
100%.
Right? Our brain too is 73% water.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We really need those fluids in our body. So I think that's why the world is like 95% water. It would make sense, right? The world's like our body if you look at it that way.
Ooh.
Right?
That's pretty good.
So anyways, and again, there's good types of protein and there's worse types of proteins. Like if somebody tells me, hey, here's pork, here's salmon, I'm gonna pick salmon.
But salmon's high in fat, so if you're not eating a lot of fat, then you wouldn't go for the salmon, if that makes sense.
Or if you're not eating a lot of fat, you would go for the salmon because, are you saying if you're not consuming because of your diet?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, if your diet is like low on fat, then you could eat the salmon, just not a certain amount.
I guess pork is full of fat too, so.
Right, but again, you are on a low fat diet. You can eat salmon, but
like
that slice or that fillet, that fillet of salmon might already include all your daily fat values. So you need to know calorie wise, you know, like, okay, this piece of salmon has, like example, I'm just shooting off the top of my head, which is wrong, 40 grams of fat. And in your diet, you can only consume 40 grams of fat.
That would be the entire fat for the entire day.
That would be the entire fat for the entire day. So everything else you eat, you would hope that it would not have fat, right? Which pretty much almost everything has a little bit of everything.
Well, yeah, but it's like a gram or
right.
So it shouldn't be that bad.
So then, you know, tuna. Could you eat tuna? Yeah, you could eat tuna. Is that fat? Yes, it has fat. So all those little things you put together to add up your daily value for all your macros, your protein, your carbohydrate.
Yeah, and a lot of our clients don't go past 35% of the daily calorie for fats. That's just how we calculate it. it's between 30 to 35%. But like we said, if you have like a medical condition and you need to eat more fat or a lot less fat, then you have to do what you have to do, right?
Right. Somebody's like pre-diabetic or something. They're gonna be in a completely different diet than what I'm doing, right?
100%. Yeah. And so we wanted to talk about a couple meal examples that you guys could be eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and even snacks, honestly. So we'll start with breakfast.
Coffee.
That's not on it. Nope.
But black coffee, 100%. You can definitely consume black coffee. It is great.
Not Starbucks coffee.
Not Starbucks coffee, unless you like eating 4 candy bars within a drink.
Oh my god.
And then already throwing off all your like.
That's just so bad.
You just don't.
Okay.
Just don't do that.
No. But for breakfast, you would eat like a sunny side up egg or any type of egg, really. A tomato, avocado, a slice of bread with some butter on it, and like orange juice.
And again,
that would be your breakfast. That's pretty full.
Yeah, and depending on your size, right, your weight and everything like that,
double it, triple
you
it,
would
whatever.
have to figure out how many. She's gonna eat a different amount of calories that I'm gonna eat. Somebody that's 200 pounds is gonna eat a different type of calories that I'm gonna eat. So they might look at my plate and go, "Dude, that's all you eat?" Say, "Yeah, for what I'm looking to achieve, that's all I eat." I might look at somebody and go like, "Good Lord, is that for 8 people?" But then it's Michael Phelps, and this guy's crushing Mickey D's because he burns 4,000 calories all day every day. So it really depends. And actually, you guys should look that up, Michael Phelps nutritional plan, and that will give you a heck of an idea of
how much calories you should be eating, even though
if you're
not an athlete. Yeah, but even though you're not an athlete, some people say, I have to lose weight, I'm going to drop my calories. No, you have to put your calories up there so that you can burn your metabolism.
A lot of people are not even consuming the right amount of calories for weight loss. They're really low, so our body naturally starts storing fat because just like the caveman, it's like, hey, you're starving yourself, you're going to die. I'm gonna produce, and our body produces that fat.
Right.
So then you're
because they never know. Your body never knows when it's gonna eat again.
Right. So now you're storing fat automatically. So you really need to get this thing down.
100%. And for lunch, you could have like a side salad of greens, a fillet of fish, like we were talking about.
Yeah, that's good.
Like a little bit of rice, just like a handful full of rice, and then like 2 cups of water. Super easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a perfect lunch.
And another little like golden tip, anytime you ate something and like maybe an hour only goes by and you're like, man, I'm hungry still, water. Drink water. Just keep drinking water.
Because it makes you full, it makes you feel full after a little bit.
Just consume that water and it's going to make you feel better. Not only that, is there such a thing as consuming too much water? Yes. But that's for like people that are marathon runners. That's another thing you can look up that have been deaths of people overhydrating. But that's just people in marathons that are like, they're running all the time and they're chugging water and chugging water and chugging water. You're like,
when you exercise, you shouldn't be chugging water.
Right. So just, again, keep that in mind. But that's a rare case. But you can look it up and it is a fact that's out there. It's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Right.
But yeah, a sign of dehydration too is feeling hungry, but it's actually you're not having enough water in your body. So drink up that water all the time. And you know, we have a little challenge that we'll talk about at the end of this podcast, but it's all about water at the end of the day. So like another snack that you could have is like almonds in a smoothie.
Yeah, again,
that's such a good snack.
It is really good. Just make sure you have the right amount of almonds. Make sure that you look at how many you should be consuming per serving because it also has a fat, which is good fat. But then again, too much of anything is not good.
Yeah.
Right?
Jinx. So you could have, you could also have like an apple with almond butter.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Or apple with honey. So good.
Yes.
And then for dinner, you could have a handful of pasta, chicken, and vegetables.
Right. Again, depending on what time you're going to sleep too, you don't want to crush that pasta too late unless, and then if we're talking about super athletes and everything like that, that's completely fine because you're going to burn that anyways, right?
100%. So we want to challenge you guys to drink 1 water bottle per hour.
1 water bottle per hour, and let us know how you feel for that entire day or for that week. Tell me how your performance.
Yeah.
If you feel lethargic, if you feel like you have more energy, if you feel like you.
And you probably will, because your body will be hydrated the entire time. So if you drink 1 water bottle every hour, let us know. Post pictures. Keep us posted.
Yeah.
And we'll have a little bit something for you guys.
Yes.
Maybe.
But
no,
you gotta let us.
Yeah,
challenge. You can't just say I did it. Say yeah, sure, whatever.
You gotta prove it.
You gotta prove it. You gotta prove it. Like we have a 7-day challenge that we have with our weight loss people that if they actually do these 3 workouts, they videotape their workouts, they use certain hashtags, we're giving them a 3-night vacation. But again, some are gonna go, hey, where's my vacation? I'm gonna say, hey, where's my 3 videos of 15 to 20 minutes of you actually working out? Because talking is not just a workout, right? You need to actually put in the work. So
yeah, like if you went to the gym and you didn't take a picture, did you actually go?
Yeah, I mean, could you go to the gym and take the selfie? But again, I'm not gonna be the loser doing that because I actually go and work out and I just take pictures and then leave the gym just to say I worked out, because that's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, it
True
is.
story.
True story.
That's how we are. We're cutthroat, but we motivate you. We want you guys to do awesome. We want you guys to do
100%.
amazing, but I'm also not gonna sugarcoat anything. You're not doing it, then sorry, that's why you get no results. You're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
So we have 1 water bottle per hour challenge, and if you can do that, then we'll have a little something for you guys.
Yes, guys. Thank you so much for watching everything that we have. You have a little bit of meal plans. Make sure you like, make sure to comment, make sure to share this with everybody and everyone. If you guys have any questions, just DM us, reach out to us at Surf Training Factory. You can check out SurfTrainingFactory.com.
Yep.
We have a free group with a basic beginner workout program called Surf Ranks on Facebook. It's a free group. You can ask to join that group and we will add you to it, and you have a sample workout of, again, beginner. So if it's like John Forrest, we wouldn't put you in that program.
Buddy.
You know, could you start with that? Yeah, you could.
It's great to build up from.
It's good to build up because we have different levels for that. That's why it's called Surf Ranks. It's like rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and so on and so forth.
Yep. So thank you so much, guys, for today, and we'll see you guys next week.